So we fitted her up with a martingale collar. This one's a little bit big, but it'll work fine for her. Now we're adding a special twisted leash that's going around her chest. This uses the same science as mothers use when swaddling a baby. The constriction helps the dog feel more comfortable. So for a walk, we want to make sure the dog is calm before we leave the house. She didn't seem to be too worked up, so we didn't really work on leashing her. But if your dog, if you're watching this home and your dog gets really worked up, make sure you practice leashing your dog until it stays completely calm throughout the leashing process, because the energy your dog leaves the house is the energy they're going to take with them on the walk. All right, so she is all over the place in the walk. And I think one of the big problems that she has is she doesn't have a lot of rules and structure, so she thinks that she's responsible for her human, and I think that's stressing her out and causing some anxiety. So we talked inside about adding rules and structure to help her adopt more of a follower mindset, so she doesn't have to worry about everything. And that should relieve a lot of the responsibility and pressure and help her feel a little more relaxed. Now on what I call a structure walk, which is what we're gonna go over here, I have 4 rules. First of all, rule number 1 is stay in your position. So she can either be on my right side, which would be here, or my left side. There's no right or wrong. Some people are like, I know it's supposed to be on the left or right. It's whatever you prefer. If you're a righty and you want to keep the dog on the right, that's fine. Do you have a preference?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and we'll do it, right now she's on the left side, so we'll do it on the left. This is a 4-foot long leash. When I stand up, you're gonna see there's not gonna be a lot of extra room because I want her walking next to me in the heel position, not all over the place. Whoever's in front for a dog is in a leadership position. So if we let the dog be in front, that can cause her to have some more anxiety. I like the fact she's just sitting here next to me and not trying to run away. Okay, so rule number 1, keep her on the right side or left side. I would like her hip aligned with my hip, or her shoulder aligned with my hip, I guess. So rule number 1, stay in your position. She always walks on your left side, so she knows when things get out of hand, this is my position I go back to. Rule number 2 is you want to keep this arm going straight down. As I mentioned in the house, dogs have an opposition reflex. So if we're pulling them in position, they're automatically going to pull against it. You're going to have a tug of war the whole time. So when I correct on this leash, I do a quick correction, I immediately relax the leash, the tension. You'll see it here in a second when we start walking. So that's rule number 2, keep your arm relaxed. If the dog lags behind, I don't pull the dog from behind. I let my arm go dead and just start walking away. The leash will actually bring her with me. Rule number 3 is no stopping and sniffing. A dog's nose controls 60% of their brain. To say a dog can't sniff on a walk would be cruel, but what we're saying is you can't stop and sniff, because if she stops to sniff something and I stop and she's driving, she told me what to do. And we need to, again, change the leader-follower dynamic. And this is a structure walk. Other walks the dog can sniff, but the dog won't be able to listen to you when it's sniffing. So we want to train her to walk at a heel. Rule number 4 is no marking. Does she pee a little bit in a lot of places?
Never.
Okay, then that's not, some female dogs will mark. It's usually a male dog thing, but some females will do it. So that one we don't have to worry about. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have the guardian kind of step a little bit that way. I'm gonna walk, we're just gonna walk down the street so you can kind of see my arm position and how I correct. When I correct the dog, I bend my arm forward, not pulling her back. A lot of people naturally pull the dog back. The other thing I wanna do when I correct, I wanna go a very quick sudden movement up and down. It's a quick pop of the leash and immediately taking the tension off. Now, I prefer to actually teach a dog to walk with a loose leash and a heel, where this is a dog behavior session, so we're just going to focus on right now using the tool that will help the dog stop pulling and give the guardian more control. All right, so I'm going to have you kind of walk that way, and make sure that I don't care if you can't see my face, I want you to be able to see me from about here down. So again, if she lags, I just keep walking. She looks good, she's got a nice bounce. Now if she wants to go to the side, I don't care. I just don't want her to go in front of me. Now if she tries to go in front, let's have you go a little bit further. This is really good. So she's pulling behind a little bit. This is why I'm just letting my arm go limp. I'm not trying to pull her, the rig is doing the work for us. Now, if she starts trying to go off to your side, I'm gonna do something called, oh, careful. We're walking on the street. If we want to go to the side, or if she wants to go behind me to that side, what I do is I call this choking up. So I just wrap my hand around it. Now this is a little uncomfortable for me because I'm not tall enough, or I'm too tall. So I can do it with just 2 fingers. Now I'm much more relaxed. All right, so I'm gonna have you stop right there. I'm gonna turn and walk back this way. Take a couple steps away if you could, that direction. Just gonna put her on the grass so she has something to sniff. There we go. All right, stay right there. I'm gonna come back around one more time. So she tries to go in front. It's a quick pop and then relaxing the leash. So what I'm gonna do, since she's listening very well for me, this is gonna be an awkward transition, but I'm gonna grab the camera, we're gonna keep this going in one shot, and I'm gonna coach the guardian through doing this. Thank you. Put your left hand in front of it. Let me get the sunlight behind me. There we go. Let's go ahead and just walk down this way. Good job of just letting it be relaxed. She's got a nice trot to her. So, if you can go a little bit further away so we get a better camera angle, there we go. How does this compare to normal? Normally you said she's all over the place.
She's walking and sniffing all the time.
Sure. Now this is a more structured walk. This won't be as much fun for her. Let's go a little bit further that way. Let's go ahead and turn around and let's walk. Keep her in the kind of the lawns, unless you don't like your neighbors here.
They like that.
Okay. Normally she reacted to that sort of thing?
What?
Motorcycles or whatnot? Okay. She looks really good. I mean, she's got a bounce to her step, which is kind of something a good, happy, confident dog does, and if they're confident in what they're doing. So once we get to the property line, I'd like to have you step on the grass and walk on the grass. I think that might provide us a little bit more distraction. Now, I know walking on the leash isn't a huge problem for you, but the way she's doing it, I think, is related to your problems. Again, don't stop for her, just keep going. And you're doing a great job of letting your arm be relaxed. So she's doing what we call a migration walk. She has her nose up. Keep going, don't stop. Keep going.
Really pulling.
Okay. Now she is a little bit lethargic because of some allergy medication. I'm guessing it might be that. So, no, like I said, we want to pet with a purpose whenever possible, when we can. So, this video hopefully will help you with your structured walks. And again, I'm not saying that you can't go to the walk that you do now, but I'd like you to try to make at least every other walk like this, so she gets used to listening, seeing you in the leadership position and walking next to you. You looked very good there, Hoppy.